Have you ever wondered how completely normal people can end up doing terrible things? In one of the most disturbing psychology experiments ever conducted, 65% of ordinary volunteers believed they had delivered a potentially fatal electric shock to another person simply because someone in a lab coat told them to continue. They weren't criminals. They were teachers, salesmen, engineers, and parents. This experiment changed psychology forever. In 1961, psychologist Stanley Milgram at Yale University wanted to answer a terrifying question after the trial of Nazi officer Adolf Eichmann. Were people naturally evil, or do they simply obey authority? Participants believed they were helping in a study on learning. Every time the student answered a question incorrectly, they were instructed to increase the voltage of an electric shock from 15 volts all the way to 450 volts. But there was a secret. The shocks weren't real. The student was actually an actor. As the voltage increased, the actor screamed in pain, begged to stop, then eventually fell completely silent. Many participants shook with anxiety. Some laughed nervously, some protested. Yet every time they hesitated, the researcher calmly repeated one sentence: "The experiment requires that you continue." And incredibly, 65% continued all the way to the maximum 450 volts. Most believed they might be seriously injuring or even killing another human being. Milgram concluded that ordinary people can commit extraordinary acts when responsibility feels like it belongs to someone else. The Milgram experiment remains one of the most controversial studies ever conducted. Modern ethics rules would never allow it to be repeated in the same way because of the emotional distress it caused participants. Whether in war, corporations, governments, or everyday life, one question remains: how often do people stop thinking for themselves simply because someone in authority tells them to obey? As philosopher Hannah Arendt famously described after observing the Eichmann trial, evil can sometimes appear not as monstrous hatred but as ordinary people following orders without questioning them.